Okay. Anybody else? Yes?
Transportation.
Transportation, yeah. Yep.
Emergency expenses.
Okay. Emergency expenses. We all have them. Yep.
Leisure.
Leisure, vacation. Absolutely, and it's good to do that. It's good to do that, yeah.
Taxes.
Taxes, nothing so certain as death and taxes. Yep.
Child support.
Child support, okay. Yep. Anybody else? Education. And those good old student loans at the back end if you haven't otherwise been able to pay for it. Okay. Well, you've put a few on the board here, and there are many, many more on this budget that we have here. So obviously the name of this game is what? Right? This has got to be greater than this, right? In order to do the kinds of things that you want to be able to do. So we can think about, we think about both sides, and you need to do this, I think, on an annual basis. What is it that I can do over here? What is it that I can affect here? Maybe I get, one gentleman said earlier, an extra job, an extra gig somewhere, you know, after hours or something like that, that might be able to help with the expenses of the family. Am I investing my money, whatever money and savings I have, am I investing them properly? Am I getting the best rate of return that I possibly can get for these savings? All right? I don't know what other things there might be, but there's not too much that you can do on this side other than, as I said, with the work itself. And if you're just starting out, you don't have investment income, you don't have any rental property, it's really, really up here. Over here, some of this stuff is really, really locked in, and it's really, really difficult, right? It's this stuff here. You know, although food, you know, food, housing, think of some alternatives, and maybe you already have in terms of sharing a dwelling with someone else. Or in the case of the food, you know, where are you purchasing food? Are you, you know, shop a little bit more extensively, perhaps. Maybe the local convenience store is much more expensive than a larger market is somewhere. Or maybe there are bargains on the internet that you might be able to pick up, or coupons, or things of this nature. Insurance, best thing that I can suggest to you on insurance is you should work with your insurance broker and perhaps another one to rebid this every once in a while. Insurance brokers are, you know, they just sit there and they just collect those coupons. They just send out a computer bill to you, and then you send them the check, and it shouldn't be that way. You should check up on them. One of the things with insurance that I urge people to do is consider bundling your policies. So if you have a car policy and a renter's policy or a homeowner's policy, that you bring all of that under one insurer and see whether or not they'll offer you a break for having all of the policies in one place. Healthcare, here, most of you, if you're healthy, you know, it's kind of like, think about health care and health insurance here. What are you worried about? And I'm giving away some of this from the insurance thing, but what are you worried about? Most of you would be worried about the big hospitalization bill. Can you take a high deductible, the so-called high deductible plan, which is much, much less expensive, and live with that, and just that's your coverage, and you can otherwise stay healthy, don't break any bones or anything like that, but you still have the big coverage, and you're saving a lot of money by accepting the high deductible, lower cost plan. So go through each of these. Leisure you talked about. Another one that's a lot like leisure is entertainment or dining out, or also gifts and travel. If you need to find places to save, generally this is where you're going to find them. There are a lot of beautiful things that you can do for not so much money and still be recharged and refreshed And so this may be a place where you might need to look at to cut. Anyway, those are a few of the thoughts with respect to budgeting.